Hey everyone, it's Flakfire. We just had a massive info drop for Battlefield 1's Turning Tides DLC, and while I was digging into the minute details of the announcement, I found a little tidbit most had overlooked. And it's big. Bigger than a behemoth. In fact, it's two behemoths. When DICE announced the Heligoland Bight map for Battlefield 1, they included some interesting info that I'll read word for word here. They said, quote, engage in an epic naval clash as the British Empire Royal Marines and German Navy pit dreadnoughts, destroyers, and aircraft against each other while infantry troops fight by the iconic red cliffs of Rocky Cove, end quote. If you were paying close attention, you'd notice DICE used the term dreadnoughts, plural. On the Heligoland Bight map, it appears both sides will have access to dreadnoughts at the same time, and they'll be doing battle on the high seas. I actually made a video on this topic a long time ago, hoping for some behemoth versus behemoth combat, which it looks like Turning Tides is finally bringing to the table. This could take the form of the familiar Carrier Assault mode from Battlefield 4's Naval Strike expansion. In that mode, players had to take positions on the central islands to launch missiles at the enemy carrier. Once the carrier was crippled, they would then attempt to board the enemy carrier and destroy two objectives. It was a fun game mode and one of my favorites in Battlefield 4. Interestingly, Heligoland Bight could easily have the same setup. Historically, the Heligoland Archipelago featured a massive coastal artillery position, which I'm showing on the screen here. Infantry could fight over the position and use its guns to damage the enemy dreadnought. Such a mode encourages gameplay on sea, land, and air. Once damaged, players could board the ship and seek out the key objectives to destroy. In concept art for Heligoland Bight, we actually see a soldier on the deck of this dreadnought, though that's probably reading into it a little bit much. If DICE doesn't go the Carrier Assault route, I'd really like to see a naval superiority mode similar to air superiority in past Battlefield games. In previous renditions of air superiority, airplanes could capture positions by proximity, and the same concept could work with naval superiority as a game mode. Regardless of how Heligoland Bight actually winds up working in Turning Tides, I don't think many people realize just how different the combat is shaping up to be on the map than previous maps in Battlefield 1. We haven't really seen proper naval combat yet. The closest we've gotten is torpedo boats on Foul Fortress and Empire's Edge, which most would rather use as taxis. From the sounds of it, Heligoland Bight will throw every type of warship into the mix, ranging from landing craft to dreadnought, plus the new L-class destroyer. Additionally, DICE has announced the new destroyer will feature cannons, torpedoes, AA guns, and mines, the latter of which will be particularly useful on Heligoland Bight. Regardless of what experience we get for Heligoland Bight, I'm excited for the prospect of some dreadnought-on-dreadnought action. But what about you? How would you like to see things work on Heligoland Bight? Tell me in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share on social media, and subscribe. Be sure to turn on notifications for the latest Battlefield 1 news. To take your Battlefield 1 game to the next level, check out the Battlefield 1 Ultimate Utility app with a link in the video description. As always, thanks for watching.